Today we will talk about a crime and action movie. Movie title: Assassination Game. The film begins with Ivan, who is one of the important figures in the country, and we see him celebrating his daughter's marriage. But suddenly the servant dropped a drink on him. The servant apologized to him and wiped his clothes and neck, but that servant had a knife in his hand and cut Ivan's neck and slaughtered him, without anyone noticing. It turned out that this killer was called Vincent, and he was considered one of the hired killers, and the guards started chasing Vincent, but Vincent was able to kill them and escape. Then we meet a man named Flint, who is also considered a hired killer, but a gang of dangerous gangs captured his wife, Anna. They beat her, causing her to become completely paralyzed. Flint decided to take his wife and take her away to a village far from the city. Then we return to Vincent, who lived in one of the poor neighborhoods and did this so that no one would know that he was a hired killer. We see him entering his apartment, and he had made a secret door to enter to a second apartment, and this apartment was full of weapons that he used. Vincent did not have any family or friends. He lives alone and was raising a turtle, which he considers the most important thing in his life. Then we meet a man named Harold, who is from the International Police, along with Agent Cade Free and Agent Chill. These are considered corrupt officers. Harold was upset because he was accused of corruption cases, and he reprimanded Cade Free and Chill because they sold weapons to local criminals. He said that Flint was able to escape from you for a while, carrying your money, and you knew nothing about him. He asked them to eliminate everyone who threatened their position in Interpol, including Flint. He threatened them and told them, "If my name is mentioned in another corruption case, I will kill you all." So Cade Free and Chill decided to search for Flint and kill him through a criminal named Polo, who was the reason for what injured Flint's wife. Polo was imprisoned and they decided to get him out, until Flint appeared. He avenges his wife, then they kill him. Then we return to Flint and see him with his neighbor, who were hiding there for a certain period, and his neighbor says that there was someone who asked about him. Flint recognized him, and it turned out that this man was called Cooley. Cooley told him, "I will offer you a task and you will earn $1 million from it." The goal of this mission is Polo, and the corrupt officers are the ones who got him out of prison. Flint realized that this was a trap they had set for him. He rejected the offer, and here Flint decided to kill Cooley. Cole said to him, "I have known where you are for a long time, and if I wanted to kill you, I would have done so. And I told you about this mission so that we could benefit from the money." But suddenly Flint left the car without Cooley noticing. Then we return to Vincent, and we see him meeting a man named Nalbadanian. This was the man who offered tasks to Vincent. He gave him the final reward for the task he completed in the form of a diamond. Nalbandian agreed with Vincent on a new mission. Then Polo came out of prison and his men were waiting for him. On the other hand, Vincent returned to his apartment. Behind him, a young man and a girl were quarreling. The young man was called Kelly and the girl was called October, and those who live in the apartment next door to Vincent. Then we return to Flint, who was dreaming of the dirty things that Polo had done to his wife. So he decided to call Cooley and told him that I would accept the mission. Cooley told him that someone else had accepted the mission and would carry it out. But Flint told him that he did not need the money and that he only wanted to kill Polo. Flint said to Cole, "I want you to help me and bring me weapons." Flint also told him, "If I do not search for Polo and kill him, he will search for me and kill me." Therefore, Cooley agreed to help Flint. Then Flint decided to put a camera in Anna's room to monitor her and check on her. He asked Pavelescu to sit with Anna and take care of her until he returned from his mission, and Flint traveled to the city. Then we see Cade Free and Chill learn that Danzo is Polo's brother. He works as a lawyer, and he will intervene in the case against him. They were sure that Flint would go to court to kill Polo. They informed Nalbandian that the implementation would be in court. So Nalbandian decided to inform Vincent about the location of the execution, and Cooley knew that Polo would be in court tomorrow. So he decided to inform Flint, and Flint prepared his weapons to kill Polo. He went to wait for him in a building in front of the court, and prepared the sniper to kill Polo. Meanwhile, Polo came out and Flint prepared to kill him. But Vincent stood up to him in his car, and the bullet hit Vincent's car. Vincent hit Polo with an arrow, but the arrow hit Danzo, Polo's brother, and he died. Vincent ran away and the guards started shooting at him. Flint tried to kill Polo, but Polo hid behind people. So Flint had to take his gun and go down to kill Polo. At this time, Cade Free and Chill were waiting for him. Cade Free shot Flint, wounding him in the arm. The police shot Cadfry and Chill, but they escaped. The police began to chase Flint, but Flint beat them and fled. Cadfry and Chill then decided to blow up their car so that the police would not be able to reach them. Then they agreed to talk to Harold and tell him what happened. Then we moved to Polo, who was sad about the death of his brother Danzo. The bodyguard brought the arrow that killed Danzo. Polo asked them to know who killed his brother, so that he could take revenge on him. Then Flint returned to Cooley to treat his wound. Cooley asked him to flee the city. But Flint refused and told him that the corrupt officers set up an ambush for me to kill me. I know very well where Polo is, and he will definitely be in his old factory. Then Vincent returned home and was playing the guitar. But he heard Kelly's voice hitting October. He decided to go out and ask them to stop bothering him. October tried to enter her apartment, but the door was locked. So Vincent decided to bring her into his apartment, and in the meantime Vincent received a call from Harold who told him where Polo was. Here Vincent asked October to leave his apartment, because he was afraid that October would discover his truth. She told him that October, my apartment is closed, and I will sleep in the street. So Vincent had to keep her in his apartment and asked her to leave. At the beginning of the day. Then we returned to Flint, who went to the factory to kill Polo. He jumped over the fence, killed the guards, and entered the factory. He started looking for Polo, but suddenly Vincent attacked him. And the fight began between them. And Vincent knew that Flint was the reason for the failure of his plan to kill Polo. Flint said to him, I am here to kill Polo, not for money, but for a personal motive. Flint and Vincent continued to beat each other, but Vincent was caught with a piece of iron and tried to hit Flint with it. But Flint is not easy either. He dropped the piece of iron from Vincent's hand and threw it on top of the wooden boxes. But Vincent pushed him and took out his knives and threw them at Flint. But Flint grabbed the plank and blocked the knives. Here the two took out their pistols to kill each other, but Flint told him, we must agree with each other and kill Polo. Because of his brother's death, he will be closely guarded with Polo. Vincent asked him, what is your goal to kill Polo? Flint replied, I don't need any money, but the matter is personal. He told Vincent that Polo will never return to his place and will always change his place. I have a special source through which I can find out where Polo is. The source is Bartok, who makes weapons for Polo. Vincent agreed to help each other to kill Polo. Then Flint went to Bartok, and Bartok had made a weapon. He can shoot by remote control. So Flint grabbed the weapon and opened fire around Bartok and threatened him that he would kill him if he did not tell him where Polo was. Bartok feared for himself and his family and told him that Polo changed his location every time. He will be present on Thursday and Friday at the Royal Hotel. Here, Vincent killed Bartok. Flint became annoyed with him and told him, I wanted Bartok to go to Polo and tell him that I threatened him. But Vincent did not care about his words and told him, I want to make sure for myself. About the place where Polo would be, is it real or a lie from Bartok? Flint said to him, I will bring a map of the hotel so we can enter easily. Flint took the weapon that fires with a remote control. Then we moved to Polo, who was already at the Royal Hotel. Polo knew from surveillance cameras that Flint was the one who killed his brother. So he asked his men to search for him. At this time, Vincent returned to his apartment and discovered that his secret door was open. So he entered and saw October. She was sleeping on his bed. So he woke her up and asked her to leave. She said to him, I entered when I saw the door open and saw the food. And she ate it, and she saw that she had the turtle that belonged to you, so she decided to play with it, and she took the turtle out when she played with it, and you couldn't get it out, so Vincent asked her to stay until he treated her wounds. From this time on, began to love her. Then we see Flint checking on his wife through the camera he placed in her room. Meanwhile, Kali entered and asked him to take his wife Anna and flee the country. Flint told him that the story had become bigger than Polo and that the international police wanted to kill Polo in order to obtain money, and I want you to stand with me and help me. Cole agreed to help him. Then Flint went to Harold and threatened him and said, if you don't stay away from me, I will kill you and your family. He left. So Harold went to Cadfry and Chell and was angry. And he told them, Flint came to my house and threatened me and asked them to take a weapon. And a number of men kill Flint in less than 48 hours. He also said that if you do not kill Flint, I will report you to the police and imprison you. Cadfry and Chell decided to agree with Polo and stop the decision to kill him. Until they kill Flint. Polo then went with his men to Nalbandian to find out where Flint was. But Nalbandian refused to tell them where Flint was. So they raised their weapons on him to kill him, but Nalbandian was ready for that. His men entered and surrounded Polo from everywhere. Cadfrey was there and Polo was surprised by his presence. Cadfrey asked Polo to help him kill Flint in exchange for protecting him. Polo agreed on the condition that he find out from them where Vincent is and kill him. Nalbandian agreed to tell them where Vincent was in exchange for money. Then we return to Vincent and October, and we see that October woke up, and saw Vincent holding weapons and knew that he was a hired killer, and she blamed him for that, and Vincent told her, "I kill people who choose to die." And he made fun of her. October said, "I had no choice but the path I took. As for you, you still have the opportunity to escape anywhere and live with your money." Vincent got angry at her words and left. Tilly met him and asked him to bring back October, but Vincent did not care about his words. Then we move to Polo and see that he has caught Kali. Polo asked him, "Who do you work for?" and Cooley did not answer him, so Polo decided to torture him and cut off his ear. Then Vincent met with Nalbandian and told him that the process had changed. He would not kill Polo, and asked Vincent to hand Flint over to them at City Hall. But Vincent did not want to betray Flint. And he handed it over to them, but Nalbandian told him that Flint went to Harold's house, threatened him, took his money, fled, and disappeared all this time. Nalbandian handed the diamonds to Vincent so that he could carry out the operation. Vincent knew that they had done all this to reach Flint, and he agreed to hand Flint over to them. Then Vincent met with Flint and told him that Polo would be there at the City Hall tomorrow morning, but Vincent felt guilty towards Flint and told him, "If you go, they will kill you to a large extent." But Flint was determined to go kill Polo. Then returned home and she said to him, "October, I want to get out of the city and meet a man who will love me and remember me when I die." And October loved Vincent. But at this time, Tilly met Polo and told him, "I know where Vincent is, who killed your brother." Then Flint and Vincent went to the City Hall. Flint stood to wait for Polo. The moment Polo arrived, Flint took out his weapon. Polo's guards attacked him, and Cadfrey stunned him and captured him. Vincent did not move a muscle and remained idly by and did not help Flint. Flint looked at him and knew that Vincent had set a trap for him. So Polo came to him and told him that Cole had told him about the whereabouts of his wife Anna. And he's going to kill her. Then Vincent went to Nalbandian and took his reward and asked. Nalbandian asked him to give him leave. Meanwhile, Nalbandian received a call from Polo and Vincent was there. Polo said to Vincent, "You have arrived home and you must return home before I kill October." But the strange thing is that Vincent abandoned October and told him to kill her if you want. Vincent knew that Nalbandian had betrayed him and told him that I would not carry out any mission with you again. Then we see Cadfrey and Chill tied up with Flint, and they ask him about the location of the money. Flint refused to tell them where the money was. On the other hand, Vincent returned to his apartment and saw it destroyed. And October was killed. So he became angry because he was the reason for her death. So he returned to Nalbandian and asked him to tell him where Flint was. He gave him the diamonds. Then Nalbandian told him that Cadfrey had kidnapped him in the old Polo factory. So Vincent decided to take revenge on them all. We return to Flint and Cadfrey was torturing him. Flint continued to insist on not telling them where the money was. Cadfrey asked the guard to increase the power of the electric device on Flint. But the guard did not answer him, and suddenly the guard fell to the ground. And Vincent's knives were on his back, and Vincent started shooting at them, killing Cadfrey, and Chill threatened Vincent to kill Flint. But Flint beat him, strangled him, and killed him, and Flint took Vincent and they escaped. After that, Polo was with Harold in his office and protected him. So Harold knew that Cadfrey and Chill were dead. Polo said to him, "I will save you from Flint." On the other hand, we see Flint and Vincent in the car. Flint called Pavelsku and asked her to take Anna and fleeing the village. But the connection was cut off. Flint asked Vincent to go to the village quickly. It turned out that Polo was the one who cut off the phone call and killed Pavlescu. He waited for Flint to arrive. Then Flint and Vincent arrived home. He saw that Polo's men surrounded the entire house. Polo called Flint and put the knife to Anna's neck, and told him, "I know you are outside, and I advise you to surrender." Within a quarter of an hour, Flint and Vincent were forced to surrender. They sent themselves to the guards and took from them phones and diamonds. They entered and saw that Pavelescu was killed. Vincent said to Polo, "I will pay you money in exchange for you leaving me." Flint became angry with Vincent. He told him, "This is the second time you have betrayed me." They were about to fight each other. But we know that this was a plan they had planned. Flint threw himself on the table, grabbed the phone and pressed the button. It turned out that Flint had brought with him the weapon that fired remotely, and he controlled it through his phone. And killed most of the Polo guards. And Vincent killed another. Polo's guards, but Polo grabbed Flint and put the knife to his neck. He was about to kill him, so Vincent hit him on the head. Flint grabbed Polo, put the knife to his neck, and asked him to ask Anna for forgiveness for what he did to her. Flint stabbed him in the back with a knife. On the other hand, Vincent went to Tilly and beheaded him in revenge for Anna. Flint also killed Harold with a sniper, and Flint and Vincent were able to kill him. All their enemies and take revenge for what they did to them. They were able to turn their enmity into friendship. Flint went to perform surgery on Anna so that she could walk. Once again, Vincent went to pray for the spirit of October. And here is the end of the movie. Subscribe to the channel for more movies.